My name is Aki Togan. I am a 7th semester in the acting BFA program at AMDA LA. Today is actually a really busy day for me. I have a ton of classes. I have screenwriting.
Today marks a year.
Media for the actor.
For 3 days.
And stage combat styles. And tonight is the premiere of Holy Ghost, which is the BFA play that I am in. Just with everything going on, the nerves are definitely there. It's a big night. My first class is short film script development with Brian Barry. And basically what we do in that class is write our own individual scripts.
I didn't want you guys to know that I was still so attached to her.
I feel like in my career as an artist, writing dialogue was one of the hardest things for me. It really helps me find that voice that's inside of me that I can also put on paper and figure out how to tell a story.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Scene 1, take 1.
My next class is Media for the Actor with Katie Kane. And Media for the Actor is basically showing you all the ways that you can portray yourself as an actor.
And action.
So for the first scene that we're shooting, I am the assistant director. I have the responsibility of choosing where the camera goes, figuring out where the actors are going to be, and making sure that their shots look like what they need to look like.
Can you pan down slightly?
I'm in charge of the whole set for their scene. And then after that, I have another scene that I'm actually going to act. You go from being in front of the camera to behind the camera.
Everyone in town went by the river waiting for Jason to surface.
So lunch, it's a break away from the long day. It's a break away from the stresses that may come from whatever classroom you just came from. And it's a nice way to spend that 30-minute break that you may have of laughter and joy before you have to go into a serious emotional scene in your next class. Next, I have Fundamentals of Oral Communication with Deshaun Booker. Today, Deshaun challenged us with a presentation asking us the question of, if we could, who would we like to have dinner with? And I chose J. Cole. He is a hip-hop artist. And I decided to do a presentation in the form of a rap based off of one of the songs that he has written that has empowered me over time.
Yo, what's up, Cole? How you spit the real and still you become the man? How you front the veil and still come out with a plan?
As an artist or as an actor, you're always gonna have to use your voice.
All we wanna do is break the chains off.
You always have to get used to being in front of audiences, whether it's an audience of 10 or an audience of 10,000.
All we wanna do is be free.
My next class is Advanced Stage Combat Styles with Tim Brown. That class is very important because it's something to add to why you're different as an actor. So today we were working on a style of mixed martial arts, and we'll have normally 2 instructors in each class who are basically there to kind of give us notes on how we can make this part better or make this part more believable as a fight. They're also very patient with us, and I think that's a big thing about the class because it's not always easy picking up the fights that we're working on. Since I started at AMDA, I've been blessed to have many experiences with being able to just portray my art in as many ways as possible.
I learned that when I loved with a love that resembled an infinity pool.
Since I've been in Los Angeles, I've been in 3 BFA plays. I was in Mr. Burns and I played Matt.
Let's do it!
I was Nelson in Wedding Band.
Tonight I asked the prettiest girl in Carolina to be my wife.
And then this semester, I am Rogers Canfield in Holy Ghost. I, for a long time, have started to call show days game days because this is my sport. This is what I love to do. For, I want to say about 4 or 5 years, I've always had my own warm-up time. I love to get my body just used to my environment so that when I'm on stage, that's something that I'm not worried about whatsoever. It's game day. For the show, one of the things that I've been appointed to is fight captain. So that's basically me looking over the fights and making sure they're staying safe.
Trying to talk my goddamn stupid wife.
That's better. That's better. Let's go ahead and bump it up to show speed and let's do it twice, back to back. Once the wardrobe and makeup starts coming on, that's when the character starts coming out.
All right, let's do it.
So right before the show, the cast gets together and we do a focus warm-up.
Everyone loves us as a cast, so we have to continue to love each other. So let's just do it. Let's bring it in. And on 3, we're picking them up and we're putting them down.
All right, here we go.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Pick them up and put them down.
Right before I go on stage, I dedicate every show to my family and any person ever in life who has supported me and still supports me. And I pray, and I go on stage. In Holy Ghost, I play Rogers Canfield. He's an old man that has just been trying to figure out how to live without his best friend, which was his wife.
Hold it, you! Just hold it!
The biggest challenge of playing an older person is people believing that you're an older person.
Client, the man didn't do what you want to do. Does that mean he's crazy?
No.
It's getting into that physicality. It's getting into how does this person even breathe?
He believes he found his dog again.
That means he's crazy.
And to go through a 7-hour day as Aki, the big challenge of that is making sure that those 2 to 3 hours that you're on stage, Rogers Canfield is shown, not Aki. After a performance, it's like this heavenly feel. And it's just a relief in a sense, but it's also like this adrenaline that's just like, that was amazing. That is why I'm an actor. That is why I get on stage. I think being around fellow artists is a beautiful thing. AMDA is the community where they love to support you, and the same people that you've been in class with, the same people that you have seen on the piazza or in the cafe are the same ones that are going to be in those seats when you're performing on stage. I just really appreciate the platforms that are given at AMDA and just the environment. It's been a great journey.
What's hard ain't the going, it's the coming back.